Eric Corcoran here with South Carolina. We the people and businesses for liberty. What do? We stand for being pro-life, America first, and we believe in liberty, the equalizing principle that all of us, we all have different views, but we're all treated with respect and we love our country. And I'm so glad, Adam, to be with you, this great, amazing, not only business owner, but patriot. And I'm so thankful for Adam Huneau and Alodias. Great Italiano, great food here. And Adam, would you share a little bit about what does liberty mean to you, and why did you start this place?
Well, I started this place. Liberty means to be, the freedom to pursue happiness and our rights guaranteed to us under the Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
That's
right. I mean, it's pretty simple there. And as long as we get those, we should be able to, live a great, wonderful life, happy life, pursue our freedoms and happiness. I started this as a dream. It's always been a dream of mine. My grandmother would cook, and the centerpiece of every occasion, of every memory I know of, is around the table with family and friends gathered around. I wanted to bring that and live that. I didn't want to just remember it and say, oh, those were great times. I wanted to relive those every day. And 13 and a half years ago, we started that dream. This is the second store. The first one's over across Lake Murray Dam in Irmo, Columbia technically. So we went to work and we built it and we got our dream started, and here we are 13 and a half years later. I'd love for you to come inside.
Absolutely, let's take a tour. Join that. Get that in here.
Yeah.
And actually, Adam, I was in here. I had a lovely meal with some wonderful Patriots, and I love the ambiance. A big thing for me when I go into a restaurant is the feel. When you come into a place, do you feel welcome? Is it good customer service? I hate bad customer service. Mm-hmm. That's very important. But also, do you feel the authenticity of it being Italian? Mm-hmm. If I'm in an Irish pub, I want to make sure it feels like an Irish pub, not something else. So what do you say when people walk in? What do you want them to feel?
Well, first I want to feel at home.
Yeah.
A lot of our business is repeat business, and the biggest thing we hear about is that they feel welcome, they feel like they're at home, no matter, what occasion either, whether they're dressed up or they're casual. And the main thing is authenticity, like you said. Over here we are cooking right now, if you want to pan around.
Oh, yes. Where the magic happens.
Yeah, I wish my mom was here right now. My mom makes the sauce and the pasta.
She'll be in part two.
She'll be in part two. We have some video clips for you to see as well. But you can see the guys back here. Go ahead, Emily. Go ahead and go back there and get some shots of the guys. So every morning we're prepping from scratch. Looks like we have some sauces going here. The Pisabelli sauce. Yeah. So
he's one of the magic creators.
That's right. Absolutely. It's a passion of mine. I have other businesses, but this is it. This is what I love to do. And we're expanding and vertically integrating this company into other ways. Like I said, there's some other companies, but they're all geared around Alodias. I have an equipment company that helps with the equipment for the restaurants. We have a food distribution company and other things like that. But
now, for people who don't know, Alodias, why the name?
Well, here I'll show you. Come again.
Okay.
Come around. Over here. This is it.
Oh
right
my goodness, the family.
Yeah, on me, right?
Yes.
So that top picture above the F, Emily, is right there is Domenico and Alodia, my great-grandparents, my mom's grandparents.
Yes.
And these were all their children. And they came over from Italy right before World War II. And if you look, all the young men, except for my Uncle Ray, but all the young men are in their military uniforms.
I see that.
And they all served in World War II in different branches.
Whew.
So,
talk about patriotism.
right? I mean, and these, if you were lucky enough to hear these men speak about their stories and what they were able to do and accomplish here in the States. I mean, and they love their parents, and they love the fact that they risked everything and gave up the comforts and everything, come over here and Domenico was a coal miner, through all his days here. He settled in Pennsylvania, ended up in Detroit, Michigan, and but all these men and women up here, testify and live the American dream, and we have to exercise our liberties if we want that to continue.
We do as business people,
Yeah.
as pastors, everybody, right? So when you come in sometimes, do you look over there when this place is filled with people thinking, I am continuing the legacy of the Alodias?
I remember before this opened, I sat over here at this table, and I just sat here by myself and looking at these pictures, and I'm not even kidding. It was emotional, and this was the second story. The first one was even more so.
Gosh, yeah. Now, what's the future? People love to hear vision.
So
Yeah.
what's the vision for you, Adam Huneau, with moving forward Alodias and your other businesses?
Yeah. So, well, our vision is to create a company that has a culture of family and one of success and excellence.
Right.
And we'll grow as fast as we can, depending on staff, but not to grow. I mean, it's got to be organic, and we want to give opportunities to people. And COVID has presented us a challenge and an opportunity. You know, the challenge is obvious, I think. The opportunity was one for us to pull back and really reflect and address a lot of the areas that we've always wanted to address. And so we were able to pause and pull back this time.
Yeah.
We have closed Irmo temporarily, and we are refocusing, regrouping, hiring the right people, training them properly, putting the systems in place. Again, continuing to put the systems in place that we've always wanted to be a launch board and a springboard for the future. And you know, there's going to be other cities, there's going to be other towns. You know, we're actually in talks right now, but they're tentative. Like I said, we're going to be cautious, and I want to make sure we have everything done right here, and we have the group and the foundation and the team to grow the concept for the future.
So when people come in here, what's the number one thing people have to eat if they get one chance to be here?
Emily,
over the year?
I know what our best seller is. It's the bow tie gratinata. But honestly, I think everybody has their own. What would yours be?
The bow tie gratinata.
Okay. So I love the bow tie.
Why is it
as
so
well.
great? Why is that just?
It's a unique. I don't know, really. I mean, it's just all the flavors come together wonderfully, and it's a different taste that most people haven't had before.
It's our specialty dish.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, yeah.
Same with the crispelli, the sauce that she showed here that was in the pot. We soaked those mushrooms in a white wine, and then after that, we're going to mix it with the chives and the sour cream and the
Explosion
beef
flavor,
bouillon.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It becomes a unique flavor.
Absolutely.
And that's what everything we want to do is have unique flavors that are balanced properly, not too overwhelming, but really good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so that's our goal.
Well, let's keep walking through
Yeah.
here because I want to get people to get a feel for what is the entirety of the place. So
Yeah, you know, and we're not open right now.
Right.
But,
and we're getting the VIP treatment here, folks. So
Yeah.
you should feel very honored that.
yeah, if you come here, if you pan around the bar, this building is unique. It's a historical building. It was a Model A dealership back in the day.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Henry Ford. And then from there it became a pharmacy, and then a drugstore and a furniture store. And the brick is still here. We couldn't take them out. If you look at the wood beams in the brick, you see the hand saw mark, teeth marks in there.
Now wait, explain this to me. An espresso.
Yeah.
What exactly?
Well, this is a cappuccino coffee machine and espresso machine.
Wow. Yeah, I never heard that brand before. That's pretty
Well,
cool.
it's Swiss,
Swiss,
and
yeah.
these guys have perfected this, and you know these machines.
I need to be trying one later, by the way.
Yeah, we'll have to get it running for you. But
That's
these
good.
machines produce so much pressure that they break down often. I mean, that's how
Wow.
much pressure it takes to pull a shot of espresso.
Yeah.
I mean, it's impressive, right?
Absolutely.
But it's delicious, and they have calculated just right. Their cappuccinos and macchiatos and everything are delicious out of that machine. We've gone through probably about 10 old school style.
Really?
Oh yeah, and they're a pain. And,
Swiss is hard to beat. Swiss is
Yeah,
top brand. Yeah.
Well, this is, I mean, you know, there isn't any espresso machine that isn't a pain.
Right.
I'll say it that way. But yeah, that's what that is.
But you have the best of the best.
I do.
The best of the best.
I do.
That's right.
And you know, one of our themes about the restaurants that we always have are the wooden bars, top and bottom. This one was crafted here by local tradesmen and beautiful. We love
Local
it.
tradesmen. Like
Yeah.
local
Yeah,
tradesmen.
exactly.
That's
Yeah.
great.
And yeah, so the brick, I mean, the bar, the ambiance is a little bit brighter, a little bit different because the lighter brick than
These
Irmo.
chandeliers, so to speak,
Yes,
where
yeah.
did you get them or that?
Well, you know, my wife picked out everything. I should know, I don't remember. It was a lighting store.
beautiful.
But yeah, when we first got them hanging each end, I mean, every one of those are individually hung crystals, and it was,
Wow.
yeah, that was interesting.
I'm sure. So you got all the seating here. How many people comfortably?
So with the bar and everything, we see 120, well, 123, depending. But we are looking to expand out in the patio, which I'm going to show you next. I'd love to close this in. It gets hot here.
Right.
It gets cold here sometimes. So we'd like to utilize that patio year round. We have another patio in the back that I'll show you, but I'd love to close this one in and add about 25 seats. Yeah, here, I'll show you that right now. And, yeah, again, it's closed. You should probably
Oh, I like this.
right?
Talk about
relaxing.
Yeah.
Right over here. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, so I would like to position right now. It's a lounge patio for the bar and waiting area.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I like it.
So I showed you this over here, but over there you see the stainless steel rods that are going horizontal.
Yes.
Those are the pasta drying rods. That's where all my mom's pasta hangs and dries.
Oh,
So if you're here at night, you probably end up seeing that full of pasta. It's really cool. It's a cool look, unique, and passion again into the food.
I can't wait till
Important.
she's back in and we can.
Oh, I know.
That's
I know.
gonna be great.
Another unique thing about everything in both restaurants are our artwork. My wife's father painted all these.
Oh, love that.
They're from Louisiana,
Yeah.
and these horses are over in Venice.
Now
Florence,
say
Venice.
say this name.
Gilbo.
Gilbo. Okay. Gilbo 2015.
Yeah. And this is actually a print. The original sold,
Yeah.
but we've gotten canvas prints done of everything.
Now these horses represent.
These horses we used to be on top of the basilica over in Italy, and now they're in a basement on display. They're wooden.
Okay.
But yeah, they're pretty famous, and I can't believe how good he is at painting. Here's an original. So if you ever heard of Mardi Gras,
Oh yeah.
a lot of people don't know that it started in Venice.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
didn't
so
know that.
it was a carnival.
Look at her.
Yeah, it was the carnival, right? And that's just an ode to that little tribute. That's an original. It's a lot of layers.
Oh,
of
there's
acrylic.
Alodias there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's got it in all the paintings, which is also unique. So Alodias is on top right there.
Oh yeah.
So,
Beautiful.
but yeah. So now we're bringing you around to the
Now,
back.
where in Italy is your grandmother from?
She's from a little place called L'Aquila,
And
and it's in Abruzzi.
what part of Italy would that be?
Abruzzi, northeast of Rome.
Northeast of Rome. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Now look at this.
So yeah, back here, Eric, is a 1,000 seat outdoor amphitheater in the very. That's a pavilion, but back
Okay.
there,
Back there. Yeah.
that's where all the concerts happen. There's 1,000 seats. We have people like Edwin Kane.
Yeah, I tried to, that night I came with Beverly Olson, but there was no parking for that reason.
Yeah.
There's a concert
Yeah.
going on.
Oh yeah.
So actually this is important. This is a happening place. Like if you haven't been downtown Lexington, you're missing out because a lot of people are having a lot of fun down here, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, downtown Lexington is definitely booming.
Absolutely.
Yeah, this is
Yeah.
great.
Oh no, that's what's her face?
Oh, it's
Stephanie.
but so what do we want to get people that are good, hardworking people hired, right?
Yeah.
We're doing what we call resumes for liberty. What would you say to people who want to apply to work for you?
I'd say there's a rule for each. There's people that know this is what they want to do, and that's great. But there's people that don't know what they want to do with their life, and they might be younger, or in a transition, or need temporary work. And that's great. And then there's people that know what they want to do, but it's not this, but they need money and work
Right,
to
right.
get to that dream. We need all three. I would say, for me, the main thing is attitude. Good attitude. We want people to come in here with a passion, of course, and love what they do. But, like I said, there's three people. And some people know this isn't going to be exactly what they want to do forever. However, if you come in here, we want you to want to be here. We want you to want to succeed in life, whether it's here or not, right?
Right.
So just people with good attitudes. And I find a lot of those people happen to be patrons.
Right.
So, I would love a channel, a venue, an avenue of an application stream from a group like yours.
Absolutely.
Because I think it would make for great employees.
Yeah.
See, we have Stephanie over there hiding around. How you doing? Another great Patriot.
We're
you're good.
surrounded by patriots here, isn't that great? Well, here's the thing: is we want to have business owners for liberty, customers for liberty, employees for liberty. How many
right.
people are working for tyrants right now? And would love to go from working for someone who's forcing them to wear a mask, forcing them to take a vaccine. That's not America. As opposed to working for someone who believes in their right and their individual freedoms. And so, Adam, you're that man. You're that owner. So
That's
why
right.
I'm so
Yeah.
thankful to interview you.
I'm not going to force anybody to do anything.
Yeah.
They have that right to choose
That's right.
that choice, and I respect that.
Yeah,
I just ask for the same right.
that's right.
And it's sad that hasn't happened, and we're having to fight for that
Yeah.
in the middle of
Oh, I
America.
know. Crazy.
Yeah.
Who ever would have thought that we'd be living through a time like this? You read about stuff like this back in people's freedoms being challenged in World War II, people's freedoms being challenged in Ireland back in 1916. But in 2021, like you said earlier, business owners, pastors, regular people doing extraordinary things. That's what we're doing.
right.
What would be your final words to patriots out there thinking about just coming to eat here, coming to work here, the vision going forward for Alodias?
Well, I would say come on in, enjoy yourself. You know, more importantly though, I think right now is that we need to be focusing on the future of not just Alodias, but as a country. I think we need to really take a step back and reflect on what made this country what it is, and also what happened to make it the way it is right now. And we have to step in and exercise our liberties in order to keep them. Get involved locally, hyper locally. Start with your school boards, city, local, town councils, county councils. Work with your state legislature. Reach out. You have the power to make change.
You do.
And we saw that here in well, across the lake actually, District 5. And we're fighting here. You're going to meet someone here soon, Stephanie, who has been fighting for D1. And that's a school board issue. We need to do that. We need to fix those issues, and we need to at least have representation of libertarians and constitutionalists and patriots on all of our committees and boards. Because here in America, we have fought and people have died to give us choices. We're not saying you don't have choices to make your own decisions. You should have that choice. You shouldn't be forced to make a decision based on one sect's views or one group of people's beliefs. You should have the choice. You should have the choice of freedom here in America.
Amen. Well, final word from me, patriots from all over South Carolina. If you're coming anywhere near Lexington, you need to come to Alodias or Irmo. You
Yeah.
need to come to Alodias. You're going to have a fine Italiano cuisine. You're going to have great service. You're going to love your experience. And beyond that, you're helping the livelihoods of patriots. So make sure you come here. Thanks again, Adam, for this great
Thank you.
chance to do an interview with you. Part 2 with your grandmother.
My
coming
mother,
soon.
yes.
Oh, your mother.
Yeah,
Yes, coming
yeah.
soon. Thank you all.
All right, thanks.
Great.